So now they're all congregating at the bottom of the road. And I'm standing there, the guy's going to me going, yo, like, I think we should go. I'm like, nah. Like, I'm just so hard. I'm like, long this, I'm angry. I'm just like, nah, long down, I'm not moving. Are you dumb? Like, I'm not going nowhere. And so then they end up surrounding us. They're like, what energy from? I'm like, what? Hackney, da. It ended up escalating into a big brawl. And yeah, and then I felt like it was like bow. And I just blacked out. And then when I woke up, the road was empty. And it was mad. I didn't know, but I had like someone had tried like hit me in the back of the head with a screwdriver. And it went like knocked me out. Like, and then when I woke up, the road was empty. But I didn't know that I had been hit with a screwdriver. I felt like a punch or something. Just felt like a really hard punch. And then when I woke up, road was empty, and I'm like, raw. But I thought that like my friend that I was with had been like dragged around the corner, so I ended up walking around the corner, like trying to find him, bump into the guys again, but they're with their elders now. So then the elders are now trying to walk up to me, asking me questions about like, yo, like why did you do? I'm like, right, they started it, but obviously he doesn't look like he's trying to hear that. So I just kind of hear him and run, and then it's like get him, and then people are trying to jump out and trying to grab man. There's all sorts of madness going on. And then as I'm running, I hear someone lost my footing, and then it was just terrible after that. Basically, it got just I'm fighting, but it's like it was just bad. But you know, it's like divine intervention, like that day, like that's how I know God is real. Because as I'm in this brawl and I'm getting poked, I'm getting sliced, I'm getting all sorts of things. I'm just fighting, and I bust through the crowd. There's like a school bus coming past, and I don't notice this though. Like it's not like I'm paying attention to these things. That I just kind of go through the crowd. As I go through the crowd, like I'll turn my back to carry on fighting, and I get pulled into this car, into this van. I'm thinking, like, I swear, I thought I was getting kidnapped. Like, I thought, brah, like, like, I swear.
Would you?
Yeah, like, I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, like, oh my days. So I'm doing all sorts of kicking the guys in front, I'm just all sorts. And then as I get pulled in, like, look up, they close the door and start driving in. So as they're pulling me, they're driving slowly. And then as I get in, they take off. I look up and there's a bunch of school kids, this lady and this guy, and they're looking at man, and I'm just looking up at them like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Like, I've gone through that, from that situation to this situation, like, bro, what the hell is this? So I'm like looking up, and the woman, she's like, oh, she said to the guy that was standing next to her, oh, I recognize him from the school I used to work at. Turns out she used to be like a support teacher in the school, and she recognized me as I'm going through all this madness, and she told the guy to pull me into the bus. But like that's mad. Like the coincidence of her to be coming past, like
she was like proper divine intervention.
Yeah, like literally, like till this day it boggles my brain. Like,
how many times was you stabbed?
9.
9 times.
Yeah.
Wow, that truly was a divine intervention, wasn't it? Broken home, finding your place, fitting in, making money, getting stabbed. Like, that must have been a hell of a weight to think about, you know, like what you're going to do after, how you're going to get back on your feet, like what you're going to do, where you're going to live, like how you're going to survive. Like, all these questions come through your mind in a traumatic situation, right? Yeah, so what went through your mind and what did you do?
My guy Danos, he said to me one time, he said, you either, when something happens, you either cry or you laugh. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he said to me, and that sat with me. Do you know what I mean? I said, rah, that's true, because when things happen, you got a choice. You either cry, you laugh. I think, rah, this is mad. And you crack on. Do you know what I mean? So that has stuck with me for like a long time. Like, it's mad. Like, for a minute, and I've never really said this to anyone before, innit? But for what I was scared to come outside. Like, it played with me for a minute, especially because like Like, it's mad. Like, even though I was the perpetrator in a lot of situations, it's like part of my brain went into a, oh, I didn't deserve that though. Like, they went like, I didn't deserve that though. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, that was like almost random to me. It wasn't. When in hindsight, it wasn't. There was loads of steps I could have taken to prevent that. But at the time, I kind of went into a mode of like, I didn't deserve that. They caught, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it was mad. Like, and it was like, it's almost like a victim mode. Like, I was just like in a, I didn't want to come outside too tough. Like, I just kind of like stayed at home. I was paining. I was bruised up. Like, there's a lot. I didn't want to be outside like that. Do you know what I mean? It was like, then on top of that, it's like, I kind of felt like, I felt like I wanted to do something, but I didn't know who they were. I didn't know what the situation was. And like, I'm like, I felt like angry with myself, like, because I didn't do nothing. Then it was like, but then who did it? I don't know. No one got arrested. Nothing happened. It was just like, they was asking me to talk to the police. I was like, I don't really know what to tell you. I didn't see nothing. I actually didn't. So it was like, I don't know what to tell you. And I had a little taboo about that. Them times it's like, you don't interact. Even like, it's done, but you don't interact with the police. You do not speak to them. If they ask you anything, I don't know. I didn't see nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. That was just the responses you'd give, right? And even after that, even though, and I never really said this to no one, but it's the truth, in it, and it's nothing but the truth. Part of me wished that one of them got arrested, but no one ever did. And I didn't want to tell them I didn't tell them nothing really, because I didn't know nothing, but I didn't tell them nothing. But part of me wished like, raw, I hope like they get, something happens to them, like, do you know what I mean? Because I don't know who they are. The police, well, they didn't end up doing nothing, but because of these, I just kind of felt like I wanted something to happen to them, but I didn't have the power to make anything happen to them. So it was like, it was a weird time. I stayed at home a lot. I stayed in my room. I stayed at home a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, but although you stayed at home a lot and you felt like a victim and you felt less of a man than you did before, you rose up out of the ashes. But this is what I'm saying, like, you don't take credit enough for what it is that you've done after your incident, you know, and this is what really frustrates me as your friend, right? Now, what you said was that you didn't feel like coming out of the house, which is standard, right? That is what happens with 98% of people that go through a traumatic situation. Now, a high percentage of them people never ever come back out of their house. A high percentage of them people take drugs to deal with not coming out of their house. Some of them take class A drugs like heroin and crack so they don't have to face being the person they was. Right? Some people just give up. Okay? That's what people normally go through that have been through trauma. Right? But you never could become addicted to medication. You never become addicted to drugs. And I've got to say it, yeah. He went on to become one of the best artists, musically talented people that I know, okay? Who's got the platform now to sort of rise to stardom, okay? So the only thing that will prevent this guy from rising to stardom is his work ethic. But being through what you've been through, all the challenges, adversity, conflict, you've come through shining.
Thank you, Mark. That means a lot still.
Oh, it's a reality, nothing but the truth, right? So I know people, and a lot of my viewers know people also that have been stabbed once and haven't been able to recover. I know people have been stabbed twice, never been able to recover. I know someone who's stabbed 3-4 times, never been able to recover. And they become shell of people, right? A shell of a person, okay? You haven't. So what was the strength? What was the defining aspect that made you go on the road that you went on, rather than the road like the majority would have went on?
I think finding something that I loved, which was music, like it saved me, because in those times when I was sitting at home and I didn't leave my room, I had my computer. I had a computer which I built, which is like mad. I built my own computer. Like in that time, I bought the parts and stuff like that and built it. But I started watching loads of YouTube videos.
Because that's just dawned on me what you just said there.
What's that?
Right? You made your own computer.
Yeah.
Throughout your convalescence. When you were getting better,
yeah,
you made a computer at home.
Yeah.
You bought bits of a computer.
No, it's mad. I didn't buy it. I found the parts.
Oh, you found the parts?
Yeah, because I couldn't.
Better.
Yeah, I didn't have like.
So you found the components to put together to actually make a computer.
Yeah.
So then you made a computer and you started making music.
Yeah. So, but I had got.
That makes it even more amazing. Trust me, mate. That's even more amazing. But you never went out. Right. You never went out and bought a computer. You sat indoors and thought, oh. Do you know what I'm going to do? Next thing you know, he's making music. Right? Now, this is someone who's just been stabbed 9 times, right? That's got no parental guidance, got no real support, don't feel like you're educated to a certain level. That's why you never felt comfortable in school. Yeah, you've been stabbed 9 times. Yeah, you make yourself a computer to make music, to make an album. No. Now, do you understand now why I get frustrated with you?
The thing is though,
do you understand now why I get frustrated with you?
No, I don't. It's mad because he's a man that got shot 6 times in the like come on, bro, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you got shot in the face, fam. Like, so I get it, like, do you know what I'm saying? But fam, like, you broke your leg like 100 times after you got shot up to fix it again. Like, do you get it? So I get to a certain degree, but at the same time, I just look at it like, bro, like, but at the same time, I just like, I don't know how to take it. Do you know what I'm saying? I honestly don't know how to take it. I just laugh at it. Like, I don't know with it. I don't know how to take it. Honest to God, I don't know how to take it because I just look at it like, raw. Like, I think because part of me, like, I don't even think about them days too tough anymore.
So here's a man who's just been stabbed 9 times, right? Brinkered on the brinks of death. The hand of God dragged you into a bus to save your life, right? Did you lie there covered, I'm a useless man, I'm a weak man, I don't know what I'm going to do in my life, give me them drugs, I'm no good, I'm no value, what am I going to do, Did you do that? No. What did you do? What can I do?
It weren't that epic, like,
no. See, now you're trying to take away the reality of what happened, right? Because what happened was amazing. And you're trying to take away the amazingness because, I don't know. Now, it was bloody amazing. And because you won't give yourself credit for getting through, wherever you've done it or however you've done it. Right? You made a bloody computer. You made a computer while you was getting better from being stabbed. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go to the local hospital, and we'll go into the wards, and we'll ask the nurses or the sisters or the patrons or whoever it is who runs the thing, how many of your sort of clients, how many people in the hospital would you think would make a computer after being stabbed 9 times? What do you think we'll get told?
Not many, probably, yeah.
What? Not many? Is that what you just said to me?
Yeah, I don't know
I can't make a computer. I've never known no one to make a computer. I don't know anyone that's made a computer.
he got shot in the face, fam. Like, that's yo, that's a lot of stuff, fam. But that is like in itself. I feel like when I'm around him, I ain't got no excuses. Basically, there's no excuse not to do something, or there's no excuse not to go hard, even if you don't reach the stars, innit? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's no excuse not to try and reach those stars, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you're around someone like that, but there's no excuse for it, because he's a man that puts 110% into everything.
I don't know anyone. I know thousands of people that do millions of things. I don't know anyone who's made a computer apart from Alan Sugar.
Yeah.
Right? But yet you get stabbed 9 times, you make a computer, and now you're one of the sickest producers that I know. You're the best engineer that we have in the studio.
Thank you, man.
Right? And you've done that while you were getting better from being stabbed 9 times. Was you making music before you got stabbed?
Yeah, but I wasn't good at it, man.
What I just said to you.
Yeah.
Was you making music before you got stabbed?
Yeah, I was.
Or you was making music?
Yeah. No, I was making beats. I was making beats.
You was making beats then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And they were no good before you got stabbed?
No.
They're no good before you got stabbed?
No, that's terrible.
Terrible?
Yeah, terrible. Absolutely.
So then you got stabbed, and now they're amazing?
Yeah, like, I always feel...
Hold on. Just keep it simple, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you admit that the beats you used to make before you got stabbed was shit?
Yeah.
Right. And then you got stabbed, then you made a computer, to make better beats, and now you're an artist. And you don't think that's amazing? I'll slap you. What are you on about?
You know what?
Hold on. What happened? Oh, I've been stabbed 9 times. Oh, fuck. Because I know I've been in these situations, right? Right. So I know every time you move, right? Right?
Oh, days.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, you know my days.
Yeah.
The sneezing. Oh,
right?
my days.
Right. So break it down. Right. Whoa. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a computer. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, what you've gone through, right?
Yeah.
Please, man, take it on board, because it's like you're not even taking it on board now, son. Right? You got stabbed. You're going through the most traumatic thing you've ever been through in your life. You've got holes, like, out of fashion, right? Yeah. You're in pain all day. Yeah. Every time you move, you're in excruciating stabbing pain, right? And you decided to make a computer to make music that made better beats than you made before you got stabbed. How is that not amazing? You need that to resonate properly, man.
You know what I always say? I feel like because I never, even though I would talk down to people and I do things like that, I never had a bad heart. Like, I never wanted to. Like, I tried to help people the best way I could. So when I was making money, I tried to make my friends make money. Like, so I always felt like God gave me a second chance at life through music. That's why I've always felt like deep down. I feel like God gave me, because even after that, I still did little stupid things, but I never went too
deep.
Yeah, like it was, like I honestly, I feel like God had his like hand on my shoulders.
He did, man. Of course he did.
Like, seriously.
He did. Because you know what? I know people, man. I know people who have died for less than 4 stabs. I know someone got stabbed once. My friend's son got stabbed once, straight in the heart. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, it's madness. And to think that you got stabbed 9 times, went on to make your own computer, make your own beats, and now become one of the leading producers in London. But working with a variety of artists. That's amazing, AV. Whether you like to think it or not, and I will shake your hand again. No, seriously, because for argument's sake, if you'd have come out of that stabbing and you went on the road and you'd have started shooting people, stabbing people, getting nicked and going back to prison, we wouldn't be having this conversation. right? Because it wouldn't give us no purpose for the conversation, right? But the fact that you turned your life 360 degrees, mate, right? Well, no, it's 180, isn't it? 180, yeah, to go the other way. Yeah.
I thought about it for 2 seconds. I thought, right.
So you done 180, right?
Yeah.
On your own free will, you made your own computer, made your own beats, and now you're a phenomenal little artist. So the strength that you have inside is something you don't even realise, right? And it's something that I'd like you to focus on for the next few months, because you'll be coming on the podcast again in the next 6 to 12 months, and we're going to see your progress of what you've achieved in the last 12 months, right? But this guy, right? So you heard it, right? He had a traumatic, turbulent start, got involved with the elders. The elders sort of manipulated him into selling drugs for them. One of the elders nicked a lump of money, so he had to pay one of the other elders a little bit more money, which created conflict because the elder wanted their money off the youngster. So there was a couple of little scrimp and scrapes, fights, bit of arguments. And then he went on to get stabbed 9 times. He got stabbed 9 times. Never laid down, never died, never gave up, never got depressed. Did you take antidepressants?
Later on, I went through a time where I've had really low moods, yeah.
Do you still take them?
No, I don't.
Right. So what you got to understand is what you took to get over what you got over worked.
Yeah.
Right? So it's all about the solution. So you went through a little bit of medication, convalescence, you got better. You got better with a clear head, you made your own computer. You made your own computer. And then you made your own beats. And now you're a top producer, engineer, and vocal artist. Like, that's an amazing achievement. Now, if some of these youngsters could take a leaf out of your book, would have a very inspired group of people who want to achieve their goals, right? So rather than them wait to get stabbed 9 times, what kind of advice would you give these youngsters today?
You don't need to get stabbed to find out that it's luck. But I'm playing. On a serious note though, like, you know what? I think find the thing that you love. Find that fact, because you know what? Like I was talking to my friend the other day. I was like, it's mad because I look at my friends, right, and some of them are the most talented people you will ever meet. But because their mindset is so narrow-minded, like they can't see left and right. Like literally they got the hood on, like they can't see left and right.
Wow.
It's so mad. Like I got friends that are brilliant, amazing mechanics. I got friends that are comedians that if you sat in a room with them, they'll just have you laughing all day. Like we had random people come in and just sitting down and everyone's like, yo, you're funny, fam. Like, why are you doing that? Oh, no, fam. Do you know what I mean? But they're going through whatever they're going through in their own self-belief systems and things like that. Friends, like, and so it's that find that thing and don't let nobody tell you that you can't be that thing. Do you know what I mean? Because before I got stabbed and weren't really good at making music, people used to laugh me off the block when I tried to come around with a little music. It was like, no, lie that. Just stick to what we do, like don't what's it called?
Don't give up your day job.
Yeah. Don't do that. And then it was mad. I remember later on, after a while, like I remember getting a phone call from somebody, yeah, that had laughed about my music early on, innit? And he's like, yo, like I've been hearing the beats you've been shilling, you know, like, hey, let me get one of the beats. And I remember how that made me smart because I was like, rah, you was that same person that was telling me to stop. But now you're calling me up, asking me for beats.
So I'm saying, all from a stabbing.
Yeah, it's mad.
So if you'd have had a different mindset, then you would have ended up in a different place. So it's the mindset that you had is what I'd like to capture. So that's the message I'd like you to give the youngsters. What was the mindset you had not to crumble and fall, but to go on being creative, sort of ambitious and confident again. Because you got your confidence back. You got that, and I know you're not going to agree with me, right? But when you're making music, when you're in that studio, you're the most confident artist I've ever seen. Trust me.
Thank you, man.
No, because you live the life. Right? There's a difference of people wanting to be artists and people that live like artists, right? So you're in the studio 90% of your time. Okay? 90% of your time is spent in a studio, whether it be here, London or wherever. Right? You're in a studio, bro, because you're committed to your journey. Right? So work ethic, choice making process and mindsets. They're free from penultimate turning points in anyone's life. So these are the things we can focus on with these youngsters, right?
Yeah.
Because we got to show them that, look, we've all been through this stuff, right? And we've all gone through bits and pieces, and we've all had trials and tribulations, right? And everything we've gone through has taught us how to become that better person. So today we've covered Anotnio Vincente's little journey. We'll be back to cover more in the future. Today we was covering the recoveries and the opportunities that you face once you've been stabbed, and the recovery, convalescence, and the opportunities that you're faced with when you're getting better. So rather than give up, crumble, or become depressed forever, focus on what it is that you truly love. That one point of engagement which will help you manifest your dreams into a reality. So if we focus on what we love, that one thing we love, and we can practice and practice and practice and practice and create a revenue stream of happiness and contentment. And
I definitely agree.
That is what we can do, right?
Yeah.
So,
because once I got good at it, it helped my confidence again. Because before that, I was working at it, but it was like distracting me from everything else. And then when I actually started getting people telling me, yo, you're good, you know, and I was telling me, yo, I love your voice and things like that, it started to piece me together a little bit by bit again. I started to feel good about myself again. And that was hard to do for a very, very long time. For a long time.
So now, with recovery, the convalescence, and actually getting better, we can actually look back and reflect in a positive way, because now you can pinpoint where it is and why and what made you change and carry on the journey of helping the youngsters change their mindset and move into a meaningful life and future, right? So the message is plain and clear. Stay focused, stay clean, stay motivated, and stay out of trouble. NBTT, nothing but the truth, and this is all we can ever do, right? So hashtag NBTT, follow us on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube, Marvin Herbert on all the above, and subscribe, like and follow. Yeah, so that's another episode done for now, and we'll be back to see you in the next few months. So I appreciate you coming on again, Sam. I really appreciate it for you sharing your journey, albeit turbulent and troubling. It's been challenging and rewarding, you know, so it's the rewards we focus on, because it's where we're going next that matters. Okay, so what we've been through has defined the man we are today, and what we choose to do will define the man we become tomorrow. And on that note, we'll love you and leave you. Marvin Herbert, nothing but the truth.